6.4 speed dialer that we're doing for Jason. So quite an interesting board. It's pretty much a standard speed dialer shape. This one's going to be a diamond tail. The last speed dialer he had was a 6.5 and was a swallowtail. So we did a diamond tail on one of his sea creatures that he really liked the feel of the tail. So this one's going to be a diamond tail, a little bit shorter and a little bit finer than his last one. But the real interesting part about this board is the stringer configuration. It's got a little thin carbon composite pine stringer down the centre, and it's just stiff enough to hold the rocker curve of the board and to give a little bit of twang in the flex. And then we're basically controlling what part of the board can flex by adding these carry triple wedges. So the stringer setup of the board is integral to how it's going to feel when he surfs it. So this board's been milled on our Mickey 3000 APS machine, and it's time to do the hand shaping. So we're going to do the tail pod. So this board's going to be a double wing diamond tail. Now I've developed this arc diamond tail to fit onto the speed dialers with the double wings as an alternative to the swallowtail. This board has chine rails. A lot of my surfboards have chine rails, and that's an integral part of the speed dialer. So part of what I'm doing is just setting out and defining those chines. It's all about curves and edges and where they meet. So I have little recipes for different surfboards that I shape, which help me to map out where those curves and edges, where they connect. And I've played around over the years with chines quite a bit, with the angle, the slope of the chine, and also the width of the chine. I've played around quite a bit. The main thing seems to be that the chine, it's having definite edges working in with the curves. That's really the way the chines work, rather than how wide they are or the angle. They'll all work no matter what I've done as far as width and angle goes. But generally on a wider board I would do a wider chine, and a thicker rail I would set a little bit more angle. So this board has a full single concave with a little slight roll out before the chine edge, runs into double concaves with just a little bit of V out off the last section of the tail. So the thing with working with wood and foam is it makes a lot more work. The wood's a lot harder than the foam, so every time you sand the foam, the wood comes up. So different woods have different attributes, different grains. So it's always, every board's different, every piece of wood's different. And you can just see the carbon fibre down the centre of that stringer there, that centre stringer. So this board's what I describe as a high volume, high performance alternate surfboard. It's got a lot of volume distributed down the stringer line, a lot of volume under the rider's chest and under the rider's torso, and right back through the fins. The nose and tail are quite fine, and the rails are quite fine. So it's really a board of two foils. The volume down the centre line gives a fast paddling board, gets into waves nice and easy, but once you've caught the wave, the board gets up and runs right off the mark, and the volume under the rider's feet helps the board maintain its flow between turns. But when the board goes on rail, when the rider goes into a turn, the water feels this nice low profile shined rail, and it feels like a much lighter, thinner board. And you can see this part of the board is designed to flex. It's got a carbon composite and pine stringer. It's just rigid enough not to be floppy, and the carbon gives it a little bit of sort of attitude. So there's quite a lot of torsional flex capability in this back foot area of the board. From here forward, these wedged Cowie stringers really hold the board quite rigid. So it's going to give a flex tail effect. Jason's board's all finished. 6'4", 21 1/8, 2 15/16, 42 litres.